as I was just saying with Ginger Walt, winter's not through with us yet. And maybe it's not weeding season yet where you live, unless you live in Southern California or somewhere in the Southern United States. But this is a really important tool. This is called Grampa's Weeder. It's a no-bending tool. Now, I've been with QVC a long time, almost 30 years. I can remember selling this years and years ago and presenting this because it is a very, very popular item. Now, it works in a very simple procedure and method. We've got video, I think, that will help you better see how this is working. Because this little foot pedal is going to allow you to press this right in and over top of a weed, and then you simply rotate the weeder to the side. This is going to pull up whatever is caught in its little claws there. We've got some animation that is a part of this video that will show you. Because if you just take up the top of the weed, the head of the dandelion, it's going to come back. You need to pull it up by the root. Now watch when this goes in, push it down with your foot, lean it to the side, and it clasps everything in its path, pulling that weed up by the root, and it becomes a really important piece of gardening equipment. Now we've got this for you in color choices. Take a look at the top here, as well as the ring just above the weeding mechanism down below. So this is the red, and we'll hop over to QVC.com to show you. We also have it for you in blue. Here it is for you in the green. And finally, I have it for you in the yellow, and yellow is most limited. This is amazing. Now, our guest is someone very special. Her mom found this tool in the 1970s, and then Kathy, our guest, reproduced it in the year 2000. This is an extraordinary item. Hey, Kathy Schroyer, it's good to have you back.
It's great to see you again too, David.
So talk to us about this tool. Tell us a little bit about the history, because this has a long history, doesn't it?
It does. Well, this is actually my mom's tool. And yes, you're right. She bought it at a garage sale in the 70s when I was a kid. And this is what she used all the time. We lived on a half acre, and this is what she would pull the dandelions with, and the thistles and crabgrass and all that kind of stuff. And it was invented in 1913 in Seattle. So it was kind of a Northwest thing. And we found it in the garage, and we reproduced it, discovered that nobody was really manufacturing it. And so we literally made them in our garage, literally, for the first year or two. And then eventually now, we're 20 years later, we're mass production. So it is just a simple lever, and it lets you pull out all types of weeds in all types of soil, hard soil, clay soil, gravelly soil. And the best part is you don't bend over, you're not kneeling, you're not twisting, and your back is saved.
Hey, and you know what else is exciting here? You've got an opportunity. It's okay. I'm here to help you. There you go. All right. I'm just helping our crew fold up a blanket. This is, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be distracted. This is a great tool. And, you know, since we first introduced this tool, Kathy, over 25,000 of them have been ordered. 25,000 of them on QVC. You've got a good idea here. And, well,
Yeah,
I mean, you reproduced a good idea, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I wish I would have thought of it, right? As with so many things. But just so you know, the 25,000 is only since we introduced the color options. Since the beginning of QVC in 2004, it's over 400,000 that we've sold on QVC.
Okay, all right.
But they just weren't, we didn't have the colors for the first many years. So I just want everybody to know we've been on a long time, and we've gotten feedback from people all over the country. And it works in all types of soils. And it's just such a simplistic, ingenious, turn-of-the-century tool. And it works as well in 2023 as it did in 1913.
And I'll tell you, once the springtime comes and the dandelions start coming up, we tend to pull the tops or the yellow flowers off, and we think, oh, we've got it. And then a week later, they pop back up because we didn't pull the root, the weed up by the root. You need to get in there and really pull it up, right?
Exactly. And the nice thing about this is when they start to you know, come out in spring, you can use this tool and just go outside and just start keeping ahead of it, because once they go to seed and then the seeds fly everywhere, now you got a big job ahead of you. So this is so easy to use and so simple that it allows you to just go outside on a daily, weekly basis and just get rid of those weeds as they do pop up, and then you stay on top of it. and it's beautiful.
Now, you got some demos right there in front of you, and this is probably a good way for us to really see this in action, right?
Right. So this is what's happening, how you use it. And then I'm going to use my little sweet little carpet here to kind of show you the magic that's happening underneath the ground, because it is a little bit mysterious as what's going on and why does this work. But basically, you just center it over a weed, you push it into the ground with your foot, you take your foot off, and you lean the handle. That's it. And the tool has done all the work for me. I didn't bend, I didn't kneel, I didn't twist. And the root, the thistle, the dandelion, the crabgrass, whatever you've got comes out of the ground. And so what I'll do is I'll show you on this mat what's going on underneath. So when you lean it, that's what brings those forks together, and it pinches around the root. And so it's the leaning that actually creates the magic that allows it to come together and pinch around those roots and bring them out of the ground. It's just a lever. In 1913, simplistic technology, no apps, no batteries.
Right.
It's just old-fashioned ingenuity, and you know that it works because they didn't mess around in those days.
Well,
but
I mean,
what they did worked.
The original idea is the best idea, right? And it doesn't have to be automated. And this is how the lever works. Now, obviously, when you got this up like this, you're going to use this, drive it into the ground, and then you're going to lean it back on itself. When you lean it
there
back,
you go.
it
And
pulls together.
There's the pinch.
Look at that.
Yep.
It pinches. It's very
Yep.
simple. There's nothing, really super complicated about this. But it sure works and does the job every single time. So you're going to drive this into the weed and then just lean it to the side. Pull it up.
Yep, just put it over the center. And it doesn't matter if it's a tall weed, short weed, even if it's a tall thistle, you can get in from the side and just get it around that center, push it in the ground and lean. Obviously, my demonstration here, this soil is a lot softer than most people's soil. But I assure you, if you can get it into the ground, if you can push it down into the ground, it's going to work. And it's just a simple, beautiful thing. I was just going to say that we actually had to put the directions on the handle because the tool is almost too simple. It's so simple, and we tend to overthink it nowadays. And so we had to let people know that really, let the tool do all the work for you. Just lean the tool. You don't lift it. You don't twist it. None of that. You just let the tool work.
And
so we had to put them on there because people were we just trying to do more work than it was necessary.
Yeah, you center the tool, you press the tool, and then you lean the tool, and then you pick the weed up and out of the ground. This is what makes it so perfect. And again, it's this action.
Yeah,
when
it's
you
just a
lean
lever.
When you lean it to the side, the lever will pinch and grab a hold of the weed and pull it up and out of the ground. It's a very simple premise. And I'll tell you, it was Kathy's mom that found this at a garage sale in the 1970s.
She loved her garage sales. Oh, my.
And you know what? Such a smart idea. And there was a diamond in the rough. And she picked it up, and then Kathy said, but wait a minute. If this works out so well, then we should make more of these, and I bet more people would buy that. And boy, did they ever. Over 400,000 of them on QVC since we first introduced this tool. And since we introduced color, over 25,000 more have been ordered. This has been extraordinary. Kathy, it is a pleasure to have you back with us.
It's so great to see you again. Thank you, David.
Thank you so much. Be well and be safe.
You too.
Now, we have blue for you. We also have the green. Yellow and the red is what has been the most popular. So don't miss out on that red. We're going to take you shopping for that as well. Now, we also have coming up in the next 49 minutes or so, we're going to be